Shalom, call YAHAWAH, Just happened to stumble across this. I was watching one of the apostles' videos and happened to look to my right. They showed a little stuff on the side about what's going on. And this was about to happen recently. Like this how quick this shit moving. Now, with them shooting this drone down, you had a report come out that says Trump approved strikes on Iran but pulled back from launching them. Now, I'm gonna read something real quick. This is where I was at. In the Book of Kings. And it's ironic. It's on the 21st that this out. It just came out. It's in the Book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whatsoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts." So, really, the Most High pulled them back from doing it. They ain't pulled nothing back. They probably wanted to do it, but it ain't time to do it yet. But it's gonna be a time. The missiles gonna start flying. The shit gonna start going down. More troops gonna get shipped out, and so on and so on. More prophecies gonna be fulfilled. Now I'm gonna let this play just a little bit more, just to go into it. Not too much though. It's just a little short video. Just want to give an update on what's going on over there. Cause hey, this shit about to break out though. I know in the other video I said something about 5 years, but man, hey, maybe more like 5 months. The way this shit looking. you got all type of stuff going on that ain't spilled over in the U.S. yet. So it seems like everything is business as usual. But what a lot of people fail to realize is a lot of the imports that come from across seas, whether it be oil, clothing, you have a lot of food, because a lot of these places it's farms across seas too. They ship stuff over here, whether it be fish, fruits, and so on and so on. Once this oil straight, get shut down and war start breaking out, that's gonna make gas go up over here in the U.S. Truckers gonna go on strike because they ain't gonna be trying to pay all that damn money for gas. Then they ain't gonna be shipping food like that. Then that's when the famine gonna come. Then it's just gonna be a domino effect.
But the distinction may prove to be important. The U.S. military released this video that shows smoke trailing from the drone as it goes down. Iranian state TV released this video that it claims shows Iran's Revolutionary Guard shooting the drone down. Earlier today, the president posted on Twitter, quote, "Iran made a very big mistake." Hours later, he repeated that statement while meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in the Oval Office.
Iran made a big mistake. This drone was in international waters. Clearly, we have it all documented. It's documented scientifically, not just words. They made a very bad mistake. Okay. Mr. President, you'll find out. You'll find out. You'll find out. Mr. President, obviously, we're not going to be talking too much about it. You'll find out. They made a very big mistake.
But then in an interesting twist, Trump also suggested that the drone being shot down could have been unintentional.
I have a feeling, I may be wrong, and I may be right, but I'm right on. I have a feeling that it was a mistake made by somebody that shouldn't have been doing what they did. I don't know. I find it hard to believe it was intentional, if you want to know the truth.
I just want to pause this to bring out another point. I was looking at another video. The elder apostle Tahar was going in on about this one devil in Jacksonville, and I was raised in Jacksonville. A lot of them devils down there, they proud as fuck. And I actually went among some of them pastors and question them about the scriptures and stuff like that. These guys, they go to theological school, so they expect a person of my caliber or whatever, or any other Akim, to not know nothing. Though you actually start pulling stuff out that they don't even know about, that they get shook up and they turn red like this. And be wondering how you know all this stuff. And then once you prove it, they be so proud. They don't even want to acknowledge that you actually know what you're talking about. They'll say, "Oh well, we still gonna go with what we've been teaching." Like for instance, with the one guy, the one little Edomite devil. I forgot his name. I can't think of it right now. But I've seen him down there in Jacksonville before. He talking about the Lord and the Most High not being so-called dark-skinned man, they being white. Which the guy completely bugged the fuck out when he when you read through the scriptures, it talk about YAHAWAH having the skin like it was burnt in the like it was brass burnt in a furnace. And then there's another scripture that says, if you see me, you see my father also, roughly paraphrasing. So if he looked like his father, which most sons do look like their fathers, that means his father would be dark skinned too. But yeah, these devils, they got this issue with that, and that's what's gonna spook these motherfuckers up even more, because they see the chariots and stuff like that. Then you have these pilots, they actually see the angels in them too. Them pilots that be retiring early and all that stuff, quitting and not want to work or be no pilot no more because they be flying around. They see them chariots, and the chariot they might be in the high class jet, um, G5 or G4, whatever scenario may be, and they up there flying, and they know the mechanics of how planes and stuff fly at a certain altitude. Then the chariot might just come fly and sit right next to them, and you see the angel in the dark skinned man with an angelic glow, with a serious stern look, and they know there's something from out of this world. That'll bug most people the fuck out. So that's what's gonna happen to a lot of these people when the one scripture says there should be fear for the things that come upon this earth. That's gonna be one of the things coming upon this earth. When people see them so-called dark-skinned man, angelic man, getting off them ships and casting out judgment, there ain't gonna be no gray aliens and none of that shit what people try to play games with and put in the media. You got the sci-fi movies with the reptilians and all that bullshit. That's complete bullshit. But and the reason why that's bullshit, I'm gonna read this one scripture. It says in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now they're talking about the judges. You look at images like with the angels, or you look at images like with the apostles like Peter and Paul, and you look at John and how the Lord looked, Yahushua looked. They whitewashed a lot of them images. Because let's be real, you think people, when you read these scriptures and you hear about these great men, you think they was looking like this? Like, come on, man. Yeah, I know that's just looks is one thing, but logically speaking, over there in Jerusalem and Israel, the land gets so hot. Most Edomites, they don't even be outside. Even when I was down in Florida, it got like 108 degrees one year. I was completely fine out there outside. You know, drink my water, make sure I'm hydrated. Yeah, devils, they was dying in that shit. They go outside, cut the yard and all that shit. I was doing landscaping and stuff too, so I definitely had to be hydrated. You go outside and that shit, and these damn Edomites, they ain't got no melanin. They ain't got no suntans or whatever shit they using. They was dropping dead out there. So, logically speaking, over in that region, the people that really was ruling and was on top, predominantly it was dark skinned people. So Edomites, most of the time they was up in them caves and stuff. That's why you see like stuff with the Caucasus Mountains, Mount Seir, how the structures built up inside them caves like that. That's why, because they couldn't be in the heat like that. Well, I'm gonna let this play just a little bit more, and I'm gonna go into a few more scriptures.
I think that it could have been somebody who was loose and stupid, but they will be able to report back, and you'll understand exactly what happened. But it was a very foolish move. That I can tell you.
Somebody who is loose and stupid. Earlier today, the White House briefed congressional leaders on Iran, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Both Democratic leaders spoke to reporters after the briefing.
I told the president that these conflicts have a way of escalating. The president may not intend to go to war here, but we're worried that he and the administration may bumble into a war.
And it's gonna happen because, like the scriptures say in the book of Proverbs, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So they might not want to, but they gonna bumble into it.
We told the room that the Democratic position is that congressional approval must be required before funding any conflict in Iran.
We know that the high tension wires are up.
There's another scripture real quick in the book of Job, just to go in on what he was talking about just now. That's the book of Job, chapter 33. Start at verse 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when the deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw. Hold up. It says that he may withdraw men I'm gonna make sure I got this over here a little bit. So like I had the page bent up a little bit. Said that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. He keep back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. Because you have some people like that make plans and be like, oh, I'm finna go do this today. Not realize you gotta go walk into a death trap. And Most High change up and alter all of that stuff just when you go to sleep and you think you finna go do something. It'll be a whole nother scheme. Happened to me numerous times. I'll be like, yeah, I'm finna go do this today. Won't go do none of that shit. It'll be a whole nother scenario. And that's why this right here, let me run this back.
The president may not intend to go to war here, but we're worried that he and the administration may bumble into a war.
Yeah, and they're gonna bumble right into it. 'Cause the reason why? Because the Most High gonna put the spirit on them too. And they ain't gonna have no choice. It's just gonna be in them. It's like that one movie, the X-Men movie, The Apocalypse, when the guy was controlling all them people's minds, and they started pushing buttons and shit, missiles and shit flying all over the place. That's how the Most High gonna do these devils. They're gonna put the spirit on them. They're gonna be pushing buttons, driving the ships and the planes, whatever they're doing. That's exactly what's gonna be going on.
Forever, and it's not clear exactly what led to this kind of check swing, you might say, but certainly further raises the drama and the stakes around this mounting confrontation with Iran.
This is a remarkably important piece of reporting. General Barry McCaffrey will be joining us in a few moments to discuss the implications from a military perspective.
All right, I'm just pause that right there. I don't want to go into too much more. You can find it. It's on MSNBC if you want to look it up and watch this whole video. But yeah, man, this was going down. Like the next thing that's really gonna happen, they're gonna shut down that strait over there. This oil ain't gonna be getting shipped like how it's being shipped right now. People look at the gas, like gas dropping down a little bit or whatever. It ain't that high. Stuff moving day by day as usual. It's gonna change up. All it takes is one day just for shit to change, just like that. That's all it takes. Now, with that being said, once a lot of stuff gets shut down and chaos start breaking out, that's when they're gonna push in that chip to comfort people. Like, look, don't worry about the money, the dollar devalued, but we still gonna have some type of form of currency. Just come take this RFID chip, go to your local Walmart, I was trying to think of the name earlier, go to your local Sam's Club. They got that shit already set up like a damn FEMA camp. Yeah, and the registers, you just go up to them and probably get your damn chip. You go to your local, whatever else, fucking Costco's or whatever other big store, Amazon, to get your chip. And you can still get your groceries. You'll be able to pay your bills. Just make sure you go to a location that got a scanner. And people gonna fall for it because they're gonna have all type of perks. Like, if you have illnesses, you take this chip, it'll help cure your illnesses. It'll restructure your DNA or some shit. If you can't see, it's gonna help you see. If your limbs ain't working, it'll help your limbs work. It'll automatically have $5,000 on there. You just come get the chip. Be one of the first ones to get it. People gonna be lining up to get that chip. Well, I'm gonna read this one scripture right here. Well, there actually a few scriptures in the book of Job. I'm gonna close this out. It's in the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. It says, "When he is about to fill his belly, Yahawah should cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating." Because while they eating, because they eating right now. These elites, these bankers, these politicians, these officials, they eating. They taking their little trips, going across seas, stealing organs and shit, kidnapping little boys and girls, putting them in sex rings. They're doing all type of shit. So they eating right now. It says, in verse 24, it says, "He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." Now, this was going to explain what the bow of steel is when you go down even further. It said, "It is drawn and cometh out of the body." Yeah, the glittering sword. Once again, that glittering sword. Talk about the missiles. It says, "Coming out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire shall not blown." Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading it right. "A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle." Now, when you think about that, a fire not blown, the missiles cause a lot of fire, and you ain't gotta blow nothing to make them. And it says in verse 27, it says, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Look at all these different nations, China, Japan, India getting in the mix. You're going to have the UK getting in the mix, Russia, Great Britain. Who else? Let me think who else is going to be in the mix. You got certain countries, they neutral countries, so they're not going to be a part of this war. And that's going to be them heathens that be left over. Don't going to be the ones that's going into damn captivity, the lands that don't get hit. You have regions like, trying to think, for example, who else going to get in the mix of this war? Australians, the Lebanese people, and so on and so on. All these different people across seas. Poland. I'm trying to think who else. There's some more countries I can't think of right now. But you get the picture. You get what I'm saying. All these different areas where these great militaries are. These Vietnamese. You know, you already know. You got a lot of these other places. I forgot about them. Philippines and shit like that. These different militaries. They already pissed off with these officials over here. And you know, a lot of the officials, they ain't gonna get touched. They ain't gonna get hit. Because they gonna go in their bunkers and their little underground water caverns or whatever they got. And their space hotels, space stations. The people that's gonna have to suffer is the civilians. And the ones that's gonna make it out is the ones that YAHAWAH elected to make it out of this. And you read down some more, it says, in verse 28, in the book of Job, in chapter 20, it says, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Say, this is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh, and a heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh. So this is Esau heritage. But here I'm gonna go to the book of Obadiah real quick, since I'm talking about it right now. Bear with me 1 minute. These so-called Edomite scholars, they never go into this though. They're supposed to be scholars, right? Well, what Obadiah be talking about? This book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 2, says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Because you have, like how you see this devil talking about they made a big mistake. See what, and then you have a lot of our people too. I talked to this one guy. He's supposed to be an older guy, older than me, talking about the technology that the U.S. got, not realizing these other countries, hey, they got the same shit, if not better, because that's what they've been doing. They've been stocking up because they know in order to have any type of political power or any control, you got to have your armory up.
Find out they made a very big mistake.
Yeah, and see, that's some real proud shit to say. Say they made a big mistake, but y'all flying over their airspace though. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Now, what's the symbol of America? It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars. Talking about like the ISS space station. It says, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. Now, go into it even more. Let me see something else real quick. Alright, this is another scripture too. It's definitely going to clarify what I was talking about. And then on these two. It's in the book of Obadiah, in chapter 1 still, in verse 15, it says, For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. That's why you see how this stuff happened across seas. It said, As thou hast done, it shall be done until thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So all this stuff these heathen did, they like how to I seen the one video recently. The guy was talking about reparations and all that different stuff like that. Man, hey, these are reparations we gonna get right here through the power of Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua. Because it ain't gonna be on our own will that we gonna just go do this type of stuff. There's gonna be some spiritual stuff going on. Now, in verse 21 in the book of Obadiah, it says, let's see, let me go to something else real quick before I go to that. Oh, but yeah, just for edification's sake, because you have to seek out of the book too, for whoever else may be listening, but I'm just get straight to the point. It says, And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Now, how they gonna get judged? When they be up in these, better yet, I said I'm gonna end it on that. Okay. I just gotta go to this real quick, the book of Amos, chapter 9. Because this is gonna happen. Like I said, the civilians, they gonna be the ones that pay for this stuff. Which they really paying for their own iniquities too. But those the main people that's gonna get hit, the civilians, when these nukes go off. But when these elites go up into these space stations, going out into these bunkers, you can't make this up, man, for the people to be like the scriptures was doctored and tampered with. That's the white man book and all this other bullshit. But why this and if this is book, why they ain't take this out? It says the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 2, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them out. And if hell supposed to be on fire, and Satan down there poking people with a damn trident, who gonna dig down there for that hell doctrine shit? And it says, though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So that space station and all that, them satellites and all that shit, hey, the chariots, they ready to shoot that shit down. It says in verse 3, And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, because it is not space, but it is ports and underground caves and stuff you can go up in. It's under the water. Like for example, you get a chance, look up Palawan, Philippines. It's like a cave system that you can go through on a lake, and it actually goes underwater, and you can go up in it, and you be inside a whole nother area. So they got stuff like that. And it says, though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And when you go in the book of Job, that serpent is talking about Leviathan. And you got all type of creatures down there that Esau know about, some of them. But a lot of them they don't know about. When they think they down there safe and the shit sweet, and they hear a loud thump or something down there, and water might start pouring in, or they might see a claw come grab, or whatever the scenario may be, hey, they ain't gonna be safe from this destruction, so there ain't gonna be nowhere they can hide, escape to. They ain't going to another planet. They ain't finna go on no deep underground base, no seed vault and pull no seeds out and replant nothing. Ain't none of that shit going down. Like the scriptures say, the saints shall take the kingdom. And Shalom, those witnesses edifying, and the Bible.